Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here. I know we got to give it some time to get everybody in here, but if you're already here, give me a shout out. Let me know who's here. Drop a chat. Let me know what's going on. Ross, long time no see. Ross, how are you today? What are you up to, Ross? How are things going in your world? Not very good? Why is that? Tell me about it. Maybe I can give you a word of advice or two. But I do thank you for being here. I do know that in life in general, every day seems to be a struggle, you know. I know that much just from living life myself. But tell us about it, my friend. Depression. Ross had 2 jobs lined up and they both fell through. Huh. Well, you know how I am. I like to analyze the situation. So, do you know why the jobs fell through, Ross? I mean, what happened? Why did the jobs fall through? And while you're answering that, thank you for the thumbs up, by the way. I want to tell you that you have to look at the glass. I hate the whole glass half full, half empty thing. But maybe those were not good jobs. Maybe those jobs, you don't know, maybe you're going to get hurt on those jobs. Something bad could have happened, but you're being looked out for and spared that. Well, weather dependent, that's okay. Take solace in the fact that it had nothing to you, nothing about you. So they didn't go, look, I don't like the color of his hair, so we're not going to hire him, right? Titan speaker, man, can I get a shout out? Sure, shout out to you. How are you? Thank you for being here. We got a young man or somebody from Tanzania. Wow, I don't think I've ever had anybody visit me from Tanzania. El Dadino. I don't think we've had anybody from Tanzania. So welcome. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing to my channel if you're new. What are your thoughts on the religion of Islam? I think it's great. I think it's wonderful. I think every religion has its pluses and minuses, and I respect everybody's rights and wishes for their own religion. I don't believe anybody should tell anybody how they should think, feel, or believe. Hello, Glitchy from Cancun. Yeah, Tanzania is in North Africa. So, but yeah, I've never had anybody from Tanzania. I've had some people from Africa, but not Tanzania. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. Glitchy, hello, and thank you for the thumbs up. Everybody say hi to everybody else, too. My name is, I'm going to pronounce it horribly, my friend Glitchy. Greetings to you. Hello to you. I would never be able to pronounce your name correctly and do it justice. So I apologize for that. I'm barely able to speak English, so I wouldn't want to butcher it. But thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Appreciate you, your thumbs up and your thoughts. What's going on in your part of the world? I want to know what's going on in everybody's world, and I'd like for you guys all to say hello to each other because you guys need to support each other. The other job I had, Ross says, I just don't think they were interested. Well, that's okay. Look, it's kind of like a woman. You don't want to date a woman who's not interested in you, right? You don't want to do that. So, can you tell me something that I can do to make to make my life more better in the 20s, please? In 20? Sure. Well, I mean, I don't know what you're not doing. Is there any particular area where you think you're struggling? You know, is there any certain area that you feel that you should do better? I can give you advice on that because I don't know exactly what you're doing. So you may already be doing a bunch of things I would tell you. But the basic rule of thumb is this, and I'm sure Ross heard me talk about this before and everybody, is you want to be successful? All right. So that helps me narrow it down a little bit. Here's how you be successful. Ross, and I want you to hear this too because I know you're struggling right now. You got to go positive. Positive equals positive. Negative equals negative. Okay? Let's get in that a little deeper. Simply put, if you think you can do well, if you think you can make money, if you put actions, positive actions to positive words, you're going to get positive results. If you put negative actions to negative words, you're going to get negative results. Okay? That's important to understand. If you're sitting around on the couch waiting for money to come to you to be successful, or waiting for somebody to say, hey, I want to give you a whole bunch of money for you to come work for me, it's not going to happen. You have to be proactive. You have to be positive about yourself, your self-image, and your worth. Ross says, become financially wise. Yes, understanding finances, actions, do something. Dennis, that's a great follow-up. I mean, that's a great part of it. Action speaks volumes, both negative and positively. Like I just said, if you're sitting outside, hanging out with a bunch of guys who's just not going anywhere in life, well, you're not going to go anywhere either. If you're hanging out with people that are go-getters, that are getting up in the morning and going to work and working late and doing everything they can to better themselves and to better their situation, then that's going to be you. Going to be you. Action. Actions. Do something. Own it. Be proud of it. Even if you make mistakes along the way, don't focus on the negative. You keep going positive, all right? That's the number one thing I can tell people about how to be successful. We could micromanage, well, how do I become successful selling purses? How do I become successful in manufacturing baseball bats? That's too complicated. The simple thing is action, positive actions. Positive leads to positive. Saying I'm so too poor to yourself, how can I afford this? Rewrite your thoughts. He's correct. What you want to do is get rid of negative words. You want to replace them with positive words. You want to restructure your vocabulary and your sentences so that you're talking positively. Even if you got to discuss something that has gone wrong, you don't use negative terminology. You find other ways of presenting the facts. And sometimes as leaders, as men, one of the most important things you can do is take responsibility, even if it's not your fault, even if it's not your issue. There's been so many times in my career where I've been in these big meetings and everybody's running their mouths about this and that and blah, 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 and whose fault it is and who did that. And I've stopped and I said, look, enough. It's my fault. I take the blame. Now let's come up with a solution and move on. So sometimes you have to do that. And that's a positive action. You take a negative, you turn it in positive. All right? Says our good friend there, says, thank you so much. I really appreciate that a lot. Well, we hope it helps. Ross, I'm sorry that you're having trouble. Ross, because were those two jobs in construction in Canada, right? So, because you're in Canada and you're trying to do construction, if I remember right. Get off the social media and start reading. Go read Robert Frost. I'm going to recommend a book that Dennis recommended to me, The Four Agreements. I think everybody ought to read that. I think it can be translated into business. I think you can use it to be successful. I think you use it to get jobs. Dennis, our good friend here, and I got the book. I bought it. I've read it. The weird thing is, I'm rereading it. You know, it's one of those books that you kind of got to live with. And I'm trying to take some of it to heart. The Four Agreements is what I actually recommend that you read. Those. And of course, and I think I told Ross about this, understand whatever field that you're going into. If you're going to go and try to work in construction, and I do have vast knowledge in construction. I used to be a safety professional, an OSHA guy in America. I taught people how not to kill each other on the job site. So I went through a lot of construction training. When I started down that road, I took it upon myself to learn everything I can about my subject matter. Study, study, study. My country, as a young man, we all struggle to achieve my dreams and to overcome poverty. Tanzania is a pretty hard place to be successful in, and I really want to change my environment. That's great. If you read and read and read, and more, you can play the audiobooks. That's true. Reborn Troll. Reborn Trolls now says OSHA, common sense. Yeah, and federal law, part of it. Eladina, I'm probably not pronouncing your name right either, but I'm sorry for that. One thing I want to tell you about being in a country like yours, and I've talked to a lot of people over the world, around the world, in similar situations. What's your expectation? Within your world, you have to define. You can't say, I'm in Tanzania and I want to be successful like Bill Gates in America. That's a gigantic stretch. It's a gigantic stretch for somebody in America, right? So you got to work on the scale or the frame that you're in. Tanzania. How do I become successful in Tanzania, not in the United States? Not here, not there, not Canada, but where I'm at, my country. Now, the other way you can do it, Craig Parrish in the house, thank you. Good morning for being here. Thank you all for the thumbs up. The other way you do it, my friend, Reborn Troll, is simply this. You figure out what countries you can travel to on the visa from your home country. And you look at those countries and you see if there's a way that a job skill that you have can go to another country where they would want you. And I'm going to give you an example. In the United States, we have a huge shortage of nurses. So nurses from all over the world, no matter where their degrees are from, the Philippines is, my wife's from the Philippines, I talk a lot about the Philippines. As long as they can pass the American boards, they can get a very, very good paying job in America. That's what you have to look at. But you have to give a country a reason to hire you. That's it. Yeah, Craig, how are you, my friend? How are things going? Everything going well in Australia, I hope. So, but that's what I did. I immersed myself in whatever subject matter, and that's why I became an expert. I was called an expert. I didn't call myself an expert. People referred to me as a subject matter expert because I immersed myself in the field of study and learned everything I could about it so that I could elevate my game. So people would want to invite me to the big table in the meetings. You know, the big people would say, hey, we need Mr. Netta to come in here. We need Mr. Pack in here. That's right. Every word you said makes sense, man. You are so wise. Well, I appreciate that. Man, thank you. A lot of my name is, okay, Allah Edeen. Allah Edeen. I'm Arabic, which is, you're right. And I'm sure you probably know, I don't care what I believe. I believe everybody has the right to their religion, to their faiths, to to anything. I'm just not hung up on people's religion. I'm not. I have probably a strange view about religion compared to most Americans. I have a very open-minded, broad perspective from my own personal experience when it comes to different religions besides Christianity and all that stuff. Just to tell you that. Maybe cross the border to Algeria. Okay, Craig, that's a good thought. And what kind of jobs do they need in Algeria? That's my point. It's like the women in the Philippines know they get nursing, they can come to America. So what could you do to get out of your home country? Good evening, Pac. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. I am feeling better. Tim, I'm sorry that I kind of pooped out on the live stream the other day. I haven't had one of my bad episodes with my heart condition in a while. And it wasn't getting better, so I thought I better get off, and it was good that I did. It took me quite a while to recover. Maybe I'm getting older. But yeah, today I'm feeling much better, so I appreciate that, Tim. But yeah, it was not a good evening for me, so I'm sorry about that, Tim. Our language is Arabic and French. Yes, okay, I remember the French being there. But I'm pretty good at it. It sounds like it. You write well. And I want to study English in America. I wish I could get there. Well, I don't know how old you are. I know you're probably still young. Can you work on an exchange student program? And look, and I'm going to say some things about America that most people may get really mad at me about. Same name as the Dictator movie. The same name as the Dictator movie. I'll have to look that up. Craig. All right. Because I guess I don't know the name of the movie. I mean, I'm not for sure what movie you're referencing. Algeria and Tunisia, Morocco is the most hardest environments for a young man, believe me. Okay, I agree with you. So what are your options? Have you studied how to get to America? What you can do is look at work visas in America. If you get a skill set that we need, like agriculture is a big one in America, education, we bring in a lot of foreign teachers. If you have a doctorate degree, sometimes you can teach at universities. Or if you become a nurse, you can come here. But I'm going to say some things, and this may upset some of the Americans that come on my channel, and that's okay. I don't recommend you come to America. Look, I love my country. I've traveled to a bunch of other countries. I think America is probably one of the top 10 countries in the world, without question. One of the top 10. I wouldn't come here. I know life can be, what a lot of people don't understand is life can be extremely difficult in America unless you get lucky. And getting lucky means you got to work your 11 butt off. And I'm sure you're not afraid of hard work, and that's not what I mean. But it's not easy for immigrants in America. It's just not. You're way behind the curveball. Unless you have something really big to offer, why would we hire you? You know what I mean? So, and I'm sorry to say that we treat a lot of immigrants as second-class citizens because of the illegal immigrant problem we have here. So a lot of times the fallout happens to the legal people here. Ross says, that's what I was going to say. Just stay in your home country or go to a different place. There soon, I will take a degree that may give me a chance to go to America, but I need a lot of money to get there. Well, and here's what you do to get here. Simply, you get a company, if you get a degree, like let's say engineers, what you can do, or IT, which is popular in the world these days. You try to get a company to hire you, and then they will sponsor your visa to come to different countries instead of, and I know everybody wants to come to America. I do. I got a little, hang on guys, I got a doggy problem. We have a roadblock here. I'll show you. I got to move one of my. I want you guys to see this. I'm going to point it out. So here are my two dogs, and I'll get back to the topic. So this is Lily, the red one. You see the red one there? Where's my camera? That's Lily. She has a broken foot. That's Daisy. She has a heart failure. Daisy wants to come over here and sit next to me on the couch. But Lily's blocking her path. This pathway in front of Lily's nose is not big enough for Daisy to get by. So I'm going to do something real quick to make this, and they know they're doing this. It's a game they play. Wow, Lily's a pretty dog. Yes, she is. Why don't we just slide you over a little bit more? There you go, yes. So I made a pathway for Daisy to come over to the other side of the couch because that's what she wants. And she'll move over here in a minute. All right, where was I? So that's kind of where you're at, right? Why do you, look, I understand why you want to come to America. I think you're over imagining how wonderful America is. Oh, thank you, Ross. Appreciate that. My wife decorated that. You guys want to take a better look? Let me get that cleaned up. There's the Christmas tree and our Santa Claus. Now we're going to go live this Saturday night, starting 5 p.m. my time. We're going to be celebrating our Christmas party live. We're going to have a lot of people here. So, yep, that's true. It needed a lot of work, but I would do anything to make it out of here because it's so hard living here. I really need to give my family a better right. Great. All right, sit down. So here's part of, and I'm going to keep using the Philippines as an example because we have a lot of people that are married to Filipinas that come in here, and I'm married to one, and I know about that workforce a lot. So, but it can apply to you. What time there now so I can work it out? Oh, it is 6:30. So 1.5 hours before now. It's 6:30, Craig, so 1.5 hours before right now. So, because we have a lot of young people in the Philippines that we look out for and we talk to on a regular basis. I've told you about the nursing, about teachers can come here on work visas. Agriculture can come here. But what I want you to understand is, do you have a maritime system? And I don't think you probably do. But for instance, a lot of Filipinos work on ships. A lot of them work in the cargo industry. A lot of them work on cruise ships. That gets them out of the country. A lot of them are what we call OFWs, overseas foreign workers. So you need to study how to become an OFW from your country, an overseas foreign worker. Thanks, 10 a.m. Cheers. Yes. Margie TV, hello. Good morning, host. Thank you for being here. Thanks for driving by my life. Oh, happy to. Happy to. Like number 10, thank you, thank you. You know, Margie has a great channel. Craig, oh, by the way, you guys need to go and subscribe to everybody's channel. Margie has one. Craig has one. Let me look. I don't see anybody else having one in the house yet tonight. But Margie has a great channel, and Craig here, my good friend from Australia, has a really nice channel too. So you guys will check them out. So I wouldn't worry about the pie in the sky in America. I would figure out how to get me 1 step, 2 step, 3 step better than I am versus 100 steps better than I am. Margie, mute here, work. I got you. She's working. H10's in the house, says hello to everybody. Tim is back. Hello, everybody. Tim, good to see you. Thank you for being here. What pie in the sky? What is, well, for our friend from Tanzania, pie in the sky would be coming to America. So I'm giving him some work advice, some career advice, some mentoring. And Margie, you can drop your link too. Remember, Tim, Margie, anybody, you don't need to ask permission on my channel. If I've turned you blue, You're welcome to drop your link or a video anytime you want. You don't got to ask. So thank you for reminding me of that, Craig. So pie in the sky, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't focus on America. I would focus to get you to the next step, the next step, and the next step. HTN is saying hello and hello to Craig. That's true. I need to do little steps before the big ones. That's correct. It's kind of like this. You know, I'm sure you've heard the old saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to eat the elephant one bite at a time. And so what you have to do is a lot of homework and figure out how you can do it. And here's what I want you to do. Here's part of your homework. Sorry. I used to teach college, so I'm kind of used to giving out homework. Sorry. But here's what I would recommend that you do. Margie saying hello to you, Henry. Ross, there's definitely no pie in the sky in Canada. Donald Trump jokingly said Canada can be the 51st state. I know. We've talked about that before. We don't want Canada as a state. There's no money in Canada. We don't need to take on another poor state. I'm just sorry, Dennis, if you're listening. Sorry, Ross. But what I want you, almost forgot where I was going. All right, so here's your homework. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to look around at people that you find successful in your country. And I want you to, and I'm not talking about the Bill Gates of your country or the president of your country. I'm talking about, I want you to look around and find 5 different men or women who are successful or more that are like 5, 6, 7 steps ahead of you. And I want you to go and study, what did they do to get there? And I don't mean copying because the guy made bananas. I don't know, whatever it means. I'm not saying if a guy invented and made cars, you should do that. But I'm telling you, there's something in how he got where he is to be successful that you can use to get to where you want to be, all right? So go and study people that have already done it. Eat an elephant, be up to shoulders. Yes, I know, man. It's not easy to eat that elephant, but that's what we do. We eat one bite at a time. It may take us a couple of years, but that's okay. But that's what I tell people. That's my advice. That's, as a life coach, that's what I tell people. Look around, see who's in a place where you would like to be that's achievable. So it's obviously not achievable for me to be Donald Trump. I'm too old. I don't want to be president. I'm not good looking enough. Whatever it may be. I don't have the hair. It's not achievable. Okay? But I wanted to be successful in my career that I chose, and I was, because I looked around and I modeled the behavior of the older people that were successful about where I wanted to be and to go. So that's my little bit about that. Ross, now let's get back to Ross. Ross is, it's a little sad today because the 2 jobs he was working with didn't pan out, one due to weather. So what advice can we give Ross, because he's a young man and some of us are older, Craig, Tim, Henry, in Ross's situation, no fault of his own, the 2 jobs that he kind of had lined up petered out, weather, whatever it may be, the environmental, whatever. What advice should we give Ross? That's true. Every word makes sense. I'm telling you, I am taking notes here. I wish you were my teacher, man. Thank you so very much. Well, I appreciate the kind words. I really do. I really do. There's a lot of people on here on the internet that don't appreciate me. So I do appreciate that. And it comes from what do they call I don't know, clean heart, open mind, open heart, open mind. I don't know, something like that. So, Trump doesn't have good hats like you. He doesn't, does he? He has a very, very nice trench coat, but he doesn't have my hat. That's right. And he doesn't like cars, I don't think. I don't know. No one is hiring. So, Ross, I don't know how things are in Canada, and I know you're in the construction business there. Let me ask you now, I've talked to you before about looking elsewhere, finding companies that work in other parts of the world, right? Getting onto those companies. I want you to continue to research and work that. I want you to continue to work on any free certificates you can get your name on. Anything, I don't care what it is. Even if it's from the United States. Go to the United States and look for free crap from the EPA. I don't care what it is. You need to be doing that while you're searching for jobs in other parts of the world where a company want to hire you for your skill set. Okay? That's what I want you to do. I don't want you to give up. Keep going. Craig says you got to keep pushing through. Keep trying and don't give up. I never had someone give me words like this, man. Thank you. Oh, and yeah, EPA is Environmental Protection Agency. We also have like the Department of Transportation. There's a lot of government crap out there. That they got all these little certificates that you can log on to their website and go and take and print off a certificate. Look at anything you can. I don't care what it is because it gives you knowledge. The more knowledge you have, the better you are at getting a job. I don't think that here where I live is always looking for people. Safety certificates are good that's my point. So there are a lot of free little safety things you can do. You just got to look for free safety training. And what I'm going to tell you is there's a lot of companies that do. I need to quit doing this. There's a lot of companies out there that will let you have a free safety training because they're hoping that you will buy more from them. But you take the free one and run. Coursera, I've told you about Coursera. It's cheap comparatively. OSHA in America. I don't know what Canada's OSHA is. I don't. I'm sorry. But I would look up your OSHA version in Canada and see if they got anything free. Our OSHA.gov website has tons of free stuff you can take. Right on the internet, right there. Go through the class, they give you a little certificate of training. I'm not giving up HDN. I am pretty strong. That's great. And you got to be strong. And you're a young man, and us old guys would tell you, you got many, many, many years ahead of you. So you just keep working, keep striving, keep going, and you will get there. Craig says, if you have a skill or talent, maybe to start something yourself. Yes, and build upon your skill and talent. If you have a passion that can make you money, build upon it. Get the credentials for it. It's one thing to say, hey, I can do this. Well, it's another thing to show on a piece of paper. Say, yes, I can do this, and I also went through training for it. It gives you more validity versus just saying, yeah, I can operate, 12 different pieces of heavy equipment. Oh, you can? Yeah. Like, oh, but if you say, hey, I can operate 12 different pieces of heavy equipment, and I've been in training for all of them, and here's my certificates. As an employer, I'm going to go, oh, okay, let's talk. Tim says, hazmat qualification helps? Yes, I was a hazmat instructor. That's part of what my specialty was. Ross is saying in Canada, it's OHS, so Occupational Safety and Health is what yours is, okay? Ours is Occupational Safety and Health Administration. Agent says, I know that there's all kinds of jobs close to me, but it depends on what type you're looking for. Oh, he's looking for construction is where his wheelhouse is. He wants to do machinery. Now, look, and I know this isn't quite in your wheelhouse, but maybe you need to apply to some oil and gas companies. They maybe building rigs or derricks or working out in the oceans on an oil rig. I've known multiple guys that have done that when they were younger, loved it, made really good money, took advantage of it, and has done very well with it. You got to look for where there's a shortage. Google shortage of excavation. Dirt work is what I call it. Where's there's a shortage? Where's there's a boom in it? Well, maybe you got to go overseas, but maybe you ought to go work in the oil and gas industry, the maritime industry. I wish, even though I was an expert in industrial safety and construction, large-scale construction, I wish I would have become an expert in maritime. I should have and would have really loved to have been out on the water with the big ships doing that. No worries, Ross. Hang in there. Life can be completely different in 10 years, and it will be. And that's kind of where I was going with that, Craig. Sometimes we think this is what we're going to be doing, but we wind up over here and it's 10 times better, and we didn't realize it. Companies will usually hire people who have certificates across their business. That's correct. So if you're looking for oil and gas jobs, whatever you can find from the oil and gas industries, no matter what country it's from, it doesn't matter. You just get the knowledge. Because remember, I told you before when you did your job interview to understand what that company did. So you could go in and talk intelligently about the company and the duties that you're going to be doing. Same thing. Tim, you're exactly across. Good. You've got a bunch of certificates, which is nice. That's just about everywhere. I just keep putting in your application and keep looking for online jobs. There's also a lot of them around here that are looking for people that can operate machineries. Miss Henry's down in the Mississippi Gulf Coast. But you got to find a company that's going to bring you over from Canada, because he's in Canada, Henry. I don't know if you caught that, but he's up in Canada. So he's not a U.S. citizen. And I don't know how that works from a visa standpoint. I told you I was going to research it, and I didn't do it. I'm sorry. I got a lot going on, and I just haven't had time. I forgot about it. So I don't know how that works. I don't think it's a big deal because it's Canada, and we like Canada, kind of. So first, I would understand that because there are a lot of jobs in America. We do a lot of dirt work in America, period. But how do you get on? How do you come here? You need to apply to the companies in America then and see if they can't sponsor you to come here. Maybe it's working in Alaska because you're used to the cold weather. If you apply to my company and I got, heavy construction work going on in Alaska and you're from Canada and I got a guy from South Texas where it hardly ever gets cold to go work in Alaska, well, I might choose you because you could probably put up with it versus somebody from South Texas. Everybody likes America, and I understand how much everybody likes the freedom that America gives you. What I'm just telling everybody is America's not all it's cracked up to be on TV and on the internet. America's a lot harder than you think it is. And I know I get shit for this, but American women suck. They're mean, they're angry, they're pissed off. We don't know about what. But if you're looking for American women, I wouldn't do that either. Just saying. And I know I get in a lot of shit for it, but that's my honest opinion. And that comes from many, many years of working with angry American women. I'm just throwing that out there. So, kind of like America, you can get a visa to work in this. You can. It's one of the H visas. I just don't know which, and I'm not for sure what your criteria is. I don't know. Like a lot of countries, to work here, you have to be sponsored. So it's kind of like if you're coming over to be a teacher in America from the Philippines, you got to go through an agency and be sponsored to come here. That's how your visa works. With Canada, I really don't know. And I don't think it would be as hard as like the Philippines or Thailand or Ecuador or anywhere else. Tanzania, I think it'd be a lot different from Canada. So, because we kind of like you. Craig says they're mad at everything, right? Ross, I was thinking about that HM, but do you guys use the metric systems or the imperial? We're American. We use the only system. Yeah. Yeah. Ask Craig. Craig knows. Us Americans, we invented it. We use it. We don't use the metric systems down there. We don't. But look, it's not that hard to figure out. You can learn it in a day or two. I mean, if we got to learn the stupid metric system, you can learn ours. Come on, don't be a wuss. Professor, Professor, one of our members is in the house, as my brother Craig would say, the illusion of freedom. Good morning, family. That's right. It is. Look, we all love America who lives here, but we know the shortcuts or the shortcomings. And America is not as free as you think it is, especially we're going to get off in a ditch, which I don't want to go down, but I just want to throw this out there. America is not as free as you think it is, especially if you're not a fat white guy like me. Any other color gets shit. Fat white guys, we got it made. So just throwing that out there. I was afraid of that. Now that I have learned something, I don't know. Yuck. Oh my God. You sound like my wife. What? You want me to read a book? Yeah. I want you to read a damn book. Here, you want me to get it on audio tape for you? Well, I don't want to listen to it. I'm like, oh, come on. If you want to make money, you got to learn a new skill. If you're going to go, the best thing you can do is learn Spanish, to be honest. If you're in the construction world, go learn Spanish. Pat Riley's in the house. Good evening, everybody. Everybody say hello to our good friend Pat. Thank you for being here. Thank you all for the thumbs up tonight. And if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We are doing some fun things this weekend with the Christmas party. We're going live at 5 p.m. here in the U.S. Professor says, hey, Tim. Hey, Greg. Ross. Okay, fine. Teach me the imperial. No, you got to learn it yourself. I'm not going to teach you. How much money you got? See, you don't got money for me, man. Inches. How many inches are in a foot? Ross. Only Ross answer this. I want Ross to tell me how many inches are in a foot. Professor saying hello to Pat. Ross, hey, bro. Merry Christmas to you, family, friends. Ronald, thank you all for the comment. Yes. Hey, brother, Professor 12. There you go. What else do you need to know? What's happened? Then you divide. A half a foot is 6 inches. It's real basic. Yeah, if you can, the metric's more complicated than the imperial system. Hey, Pat from Craig. What's the smoke behind your brother, David? Oh, that's a, see, Ross, you got it, man. That's a humidifier. Can you see it? During the winter, the heater dries me out, and I don't like to be in dry air. My humidity is down in the 40s in this house, and I don't like that. I try to keep my humidity level above 50 in my homes, and during the winter, it drops down in the 30s and the 40s. So I run a humidifier, not a dehumidifier, during the winter. So that's what that is. Water. Depends on how far you Brano, you bad-minded person. Pat says. Craig laughs. How are you doing, Craig? What's up? Oh, my God, Ronald, you're a troublemaker. Foot and inches in the metric system. There you go. How many feet do you have? Here's a trick question for you. How many feet do you have? Just think about it. And if you can figure out the answer to that question, you are golden. Well, we use decimals in the Dewey Decimal System. And we do use decimals in the dollars. Busy time of the year. Yeah, Craig's busy in Australia. So Tim says 2. Woohoo! 2 feet. It's real common sense. You catch on to it faster than you think. You're going to be all right if you come to America. Trust me. Trust me. But all you got to do is just watch a few videos on it and you're going to go, oh, I get it. This is real easy. All right, well, see, there you go, Ross. I mean, it's a very simple, common sense question, my friend. Is how many feet do you have? Well, you have 2. So there you go. You know, that's all you need to do. You'll be fine. But you got to work, you got to just keep applying. And here's something I'm going to tell you, and I believe this, and I didn't say this, Dr. Phil said this. If you don't have a job, your job is to get a job, meaning you should send out 8 resumes a day to try to get a job all over the world. You keep applying and applying. That's your job, whether it means making a better resume, getting an education, getting training, networking, talking to people like us, whatever it may be, that's your job. Your job is to get a job if you don't have a job. Cricket says, hi, I'm here. I am lucky I am here. Well, Cricket, we are lucky that you are here too. We feel blessed to have you here, Cricket. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up if you came in late. Everybody, Craig said hello. 3 feet is a yard. That's right. But how many inches are in that yard? That's where a lot of people get screwed up. And what's a meter? So a meter is different than a yard. A lot of people get that screwed up. A meter stick and a yard are 2 different things. 3 feet is a yard. Right, Henry? What's the normal door width? Real simple stuff. 1,000 millimeters. Oh, what's wrong, Poo-Poo, Liquor, Daisy, Lily? I might have to assist my dog here. She's trying to get under the pillows. All right, I think she did it. 39 inches is a meter. That's right. 39 inches is a meter, but a yard is how many? 36. A lot of people get that messed up. A meter is 3 feet. It is not. It's 39 inches. Dee's back in the house. Thank you for being here. Thank you very much for being here. We appreciate you. Thank you for the thumbs up. Remember, I've pinned up at the very top of the chat my PayPal link because we're doing a Rice for Life for the Philippines fundraiser. We got some exciting things going on it. So if anybody wants to donate a little bit of money to our PayPal, it's going to go exactly for that. Every penny is. We're doing a raffle at the Christmas party this weekend, Saturday night. We're going to start live streaming at 5. The party will pick up throughout the night. We're going to be doing some raffling. We got 3 big gifts or 2 little gifts, 2 $20 gifts and 1 $200 gift that we're raffling off, plus all the games and other entertainment and all the dancing and singing by the pretty Filipinos, all the food. So we're going to be trying to raise some funds for Rice for Life for the Philippines this weekend. Thank you for saying hello to everybody. Henry Cricket says, I will be here just for a little bit. Well, we appreciate you here for the time that you are. Hey, Professor from D. Their entrance door is usually 36 inches. And the bathroom doors are usually 30. Right on the money, buddy. Tim knows. He knows his stuff. He says, sorry, I can't stay that long tonight. I have to go. I'm still praying for your dog. Thank you. Appreciate that. She had another episode today. She had one last night. I got another vet appointment on Monday. I don't know what in the hell is going on with her. I think Tim may have come up with the right answer, but we don't know. We won't know. From the other day, she had another one today. Last night she had one. I don't know. I can't figure it out. I can't. And so we're going back to the vet on Monday, and I'm going to have them do a bunch of x-rays of her entire body and see if there's anything structurally broken, or a chip, bone. I think maybe she has nerve damage in her back. Maybe it's my fault from the way I held her a week or two ago, but I think it started before that about her heart condition. Because I realized I thought it was her heart condition when Daisy couldn't get up and down. I thought it was her heart. But now I think maybe there's something internally wrong because her heart is doing really well. But she has these episodes where she locks up, freezes up, and tenses up. Like you and I have been paralyzed in the back, something like that. So we've been giving her pain medicine that we stole from the other dog, and that helps. So I think it's a nerve damage thing. Oh yeah, I saw the short about your doggy. Thank you for that. I only sold doors for 3 years. Oh, all right. Well, Tim, there you go, my friend. Yeah. That's cool, Tim. I didn't know that. Everybody like and subscribe to this channel. Good night. Well, thank you, Dee. Appreciate you. Tell all your friends. USA uses inches, foot, yards, miles, and gallons. And that's it. But don't get hung up in that. You need to study it, but you need to get hung up on what companies need you to do and how to do it. Maybe your dog needs muscle relaxants. Well, that's what I'm thinking. Jammed it back. That's funny, Craig. I like that. Same here, Craig. That's funny. Bama Nolan. Good evening. How are you been, Bama? Man, I haven't got to talk to you in, 4 or 5 months. I know you were having some struggles and you were going to move to northern Louisiana, if I remember right. I hope everything's going well, Bama. We missed you. Everybody say hello to Bama, please, if you would. He's a good guy, good dad. So everybody say hello to Bama for me, would you please? Cricket says, I can learn all that on the job. You can. The key is, can you move that dirt? Can you move dirt? Okay, sorry I have to leave. I got to go take a shower. Nice, Craig. Yes. Cooking biscotti, Pat and Woo-wee. You're not making Filipino style, are you? Bye now, Cricket says. I've been better. Well, I know we haven't talked in a long time, and I know the last I chatted tiny bit with you that you were struggling a little. But we've thought about you. My wife and I have talked about you once or twice. I hope everything's getting better for you, Bama. And if you ever want to talk about it, just reach out. I'm happy to just listen and not be judgmental any more than I am every day. I'm happy to give advice, whether people want it or not, as you can tell. Goodbye, everybody, says Cricket. Ross says, hey, Bama. Hello, Bama. Hello, Bama says, hi, Ross. Bama has a YouTube channel, too, by the way. So you guys can subscribe to his channel if you would. No, not the Filipino style, Pat. I can move dirt. Amen, brother. That's the point. You want to work in construction and do dirt? There you go. American food. Wait, I thought you said you were making biscotti. Isn't that Italian? Bama Nolan says hi to Craig, yeah. Anyfin's back. Howdy. Doing chores, good for you. Better you than me. Now, we've been doing chores all day, all week. How are you, Anyfin? Anyfin has a great YouTube channel, by the way, too. So we appreciate him, and he gives us shout-outs on his channel once in a while. So we appreciate that. I'm a dirt mover, not a measure reader. Ooh. But you do understand about grade, right? Tim says, do you know how to use a Korean 3-man shovel? No, Tim, I don't. You're going to have to let me in on the punchline on that one. I don't know a few deconstruction companies around here and close by that might be looking for someone, but I don't know about up in Canada. I got one kid through depression after the move. Now the other kid is going through depression now. Oh my God, Bama, sorry about that. I think helping kids transition is one of the hardest things that can be done. Pat says, anybody got any good teenager advice for Ross. For Bama, about how to help with children. I'm a good cook, Brother David. I used to be a professional chef when I was younger in a restaurant. Well, all right. Well, I'm going to hold you to that, Pat. I'm going to make you cook me something and ship it to me. Anything's all good, buddy. Getting a lot of rain. All right. Look up. Huh? Oh, look at a shit. Oh, Tim. I thought you, man, I read it too fast. I thought you told me to look up. I'm like, what, is there something going on? Oh my God, where's my iPad? All right, I got to look up a Korean three-legged shovel or a three-man shovel. Greg says, alcohol helps. Oh, Pat says, sure. It's okay, Jen, I'm researching it out. Yes, indeed, Craig. And look, and I give a lot, I do a lot of life coaching, believe it or not, and I'm becoming better at it and studying it myself. And the one thing I can tell you about depression is it's different for everybody, and there's no on and off switch. Meaning you can't just go, I'm done. I'm not depressed anymore. Or you can't make them flip a switch and be done. You got to let them work through it. And you got to be there and help them and guide them. When they want to talk, you got to be able to talk. When they don't want to talk, you got to give them that time. You can't force people in depression to talk. It doesn't work. It makes things worse. Bama. 17-year-old, it's been a job. I'm going to be in the background now. All right. Can you whisper? I can't concentrate. Well, I don't have any ideals for depression. Okay, but I got to find that oh shit, I forgot. Three-handled, is that what it was, Tim? Three-handled Korean shovel. I'm trying to find it. Is that what you said? No, did you say a three-handle or a three-person? We're going to find this joke. It has to be a joke. Well, I'm seeing something on YouTube, but these don't look like Koreans. So they got one guy with a shovel. They got a rope around the shovel part, the scoop part. And then they got two guys with the rope pulling the shovel. Is that the one you're talking about? I've seen something on there. They got something on here about a 9-person Korean shovel. That is some strange stuff. Apparently that's what they do. They attach a rope, right, to the shovel part, and that's crazy, man. Craig says also the 5 and 9 man, I think. Yeah, I just saw the 9-man one. Bama Nolan says, my daughter is a 12, was a a lot of screaming and yelling. 17-year-old is the quiet type. Yeah, what I'll say about the quiet type, those are the ones that you got to be concerned about. And I think what you got to do is you got to keep your eyeballs on the quiet type. I think you got to keep your ears open, and you got to read body language, and you got to read the environment of their space on the quiet type. That's what I think. So I rest, I play guitar, I read, I pray, I eat, drink some water, helps to my depression. Yes, but Ross, you don't want to be depressed. A lot of times, children or people want to be depressed. They want to be in that state. So if you don't want to be in there, then you're willing to do what it takes to get better. But when you're in a funk and you want to be that way, and what I will say is, like I said earlier to our friend in Ecuador, Bama, positive equals positive. I would do positive things. I wouldn't force him, but I wouldn't talk negative things with him, bring up negative topics or this or that. Just things that are positive. What is it that he's into? Reinforce that that's not a bad thing. Marvel Comics, I don't know. I've never seen a comic book. We weren't allowed to have them as a kid. Plus we were poor. But maybe somebody's into comic books. Well, I wouldn't say go buy them comic books, but it's okay to inquire and encourage. So you be positive about their hobbies, whether we think they're dumb or not. Music also helps with depression. It does, as long as it's not depressive music. There's been studies that shown that some of the music will drive you into depression. So in my house, Bama, I would play positive TV, positive music, and I would stay away from anything negative news. I would stay away from, negative music, and just make a positive environment and hope that that rubs off. I know it's a lot of work to do. Bama has a young person that is depressed, Ross. Pink Floyd, The Dark Side of the Moon. I love Pink Floyd, by the way. We have about it, and I love Pink Floyd though. Professor, what is the opposite of depression? There is a remedy. There is your remedy. Oh, there is your remedy. Yeah, right. And I think I'm trying to say that in way many words. Ronald says it in 3 words. I say it in 48,000 words. The opposite of depression is being happy. And what is happy? Happy is positive emotions, positive responses, positive environments. Everyone's different. Support them. That's it. Craig's from Australia, and we like Craig. I used to read comic books for growing up. Hard to afford as a kid growing up. Yeah. Prozac, Ronald says. Depression. No. Very poor depression days. Guess who's in the house? MJ from Let's Do the Philippines. Howdy, friends. Yeah, Bama, and that's only up to you guys. But I'm glad. What that tells me is this: you're taking a proactive approach. Whether you believe medicine is good or not isn't the point. The point is you're taking a proactive approach. A lot of parents would sit back and do nothing. So I applaud you for taking a proactive approach. And I have a lot of opinions about drugs, but that's not the point. Ross says, no one likes Craig. Oh, man, we love Craig. We just put up, that's what I'm saying is we like Craig, and he's from Australia, so he's different. Nick Thornus is in the house, dropping by to say, well, I'm happy for you. Nick, if that makes you happy, you must have a very, very, very sad life. And you're probably one of those ones with a little penis, right? Are you one of the micro penis boys? It's not easy to get happy with depression. Chocolate or chocolate milk helps. That's right. Well, I think depression is a serious issue. I've been severely depressed in my life. After my coma, man, I was effed up for several years. I'm telling you. So I get it. But I stand by positive equals positive. Positive equals positive. I just believe that in everything. Let's do the Philippines says, hello, Nick. Nick with the little prick. That's what he says. Yep, Ross blocked on so many channels. This is my last chance. Well, at least you're not the kangaroo humper Vincent. So you're all right, Craig. We accept you for who you are, Craig. Yeah, that's right. Ross says, it's okay, Craig. You're welcome here. We won't block you. That's right. We won't block Craig at all. Won't let the bad people block him either. Well, the bad people's not here, so that's all right. I like to joke when I'm depressed. Yeah, that's what I mean. But joking gives you what? Endorphins. Going to a baseball game, if you're into baseball, gives you endorphins. You know, listening to good music that makes you go, fucking hey, man. Right? Drinking alcohol makes you depressed. Sorry, everybody. And I know it leads to pregnancy. Who keeps saying that? Is that Dennis who says that it leads to pregnancies? HDN says, do things that they enjoy, go different places for fun. Really don't know what to say when it comes to depression. Well, and that's the positive, 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 positive. But what you can't do, Bama, is, no, that's Ross from Canada. Is you can't cater to them, so you can't just keep bending over. You got to make them still do everyday function. That's how I believe it. You know, they still got to get up, go to school, get their shit together. They still got to have responsibilities. They still got to be responsible. You know, I think if you let them off the hook, it's a bad thing. 17-year-old was good until one of his friends came up here to tour the college. Then him how hard he missed his friends 5 hours away. Yeah? Well, hopefully that's fleeting. Has he met a girl? Look, when we're talking about young boys, when he meets a girl, you know, there'll be no more depression. Well, for a while. then when he realizes how much money he has to spend on the girl, he'll be depressed again. But girls always help. Lorelei's in the house. So everybody say hello to my wife, Lorelei. She's the one in yellow there. Adventures of the Philippine-American couple. Lorelei, how are you at work? Next, I'm getting depressed about all this talk about depression. HN says, hello, cheer, Ronald. Hey, Henry. Hey, everybody. Ross, I'm from Canada. That is my wife. That is correct. Hello, Lorelei, says Lorelei. So, but Bama, I think you're doing the right thing. You just keep going and keep doing it. And like I said earlier, if you want to message me sometime and we visit, we can do it. So, but we're here for you, buddy. We know how hard it is. Paz asking how good is it? Says, how are you, Lorelei? I'm busy with missing your voice. Oh my God. Henry, man, what a suck up my wife is. You got to see what she got for her. We finally got an anniversary present in. It's coming. It's finally going to be here. So she's finally getting her 10-year wedding anniversary present. So now she's sucking up and being nice to me. Diana's in the house. Did I say hello to Diana? Soul Soother Diana's in the house. Everybody say hello to Diana. Ross Soul is here. Hi, Pat, Diana, Craig. Hey, Henry. Hey, Lorelei. You missed everything, Soul. Diana's probably thinking, I didn't miss anything. I know the bullshit that goes on this channel. I didn't miss anything. You got to be crazy. I know what Diana's thinking. You know, I didn't miss anything. That's probably what Diana's thinking. Hearing a bunch of guys talk about shit, you know. Nothing new on that. What did I miss? I don't know. I don't remember, Diana. Oh, we were given job advice. We were given advice about how to help young people out of depression. We are giving any other, what else were we talking about? I don't know. I think those are the two main topics so far, right? Depression and work-related advice to Tanzania and to Canada and then here in America. Christmas prizes and giveaways. That's right. We're talking about Christmas prizes, my Rice for Life charity thing for the Philippines. We talked a little bit about that. Tim says, Diana, you missed everything. And David, Lorelei, and the professor says, Carnan sent. I see that, Dave. What do you see? I must have missed something. Oh, we're giving out raffle tickets. Oh, yeah. Yeah, raffle tickets. I see that, Dave. All right. I'm kind of behind Henry in my thought. You know, my squishy brain, sometimes I get so many conversations going on, I get him confused. So, hey, Tim, professors, hello to Diana. Is everybody giving their thumbs up, pay their dues? Pay your dues. What is that song? Is that yeah, there's a song about that. I paid my dues. So did you head towards Arkansas today, Henry? Hey, Professor. So we've been having a good chat so far. We try to give some good advice. Hello, Lorelei and Diana. That's right, Lorelei spying on us. Daisy's doing fine, Lorelei. You know, I was telling everybody she had another episode today, but now after you gave her the pain pill, she's doing okay. So we may have to keep our dog drugged for the rest of her life. Hey, that's just like all of us American men. We're all on drugs for the rest of our lives. Ain't that right, Pat? You know? So, hey, Greg, not yet. I'll be leaving tomorrow night around midnight. All right. Better off than Thor. Thor, the god of. What is he the god of again? Hammer? Is he the god, the Thor of Hammer, or the Thor god of something? Thunder? Roaring? Is he the god of roaring? I don't know what the hell he's the god of. Like I said, what is Carnan? Isn't Carnan the brain thing? The guy that, shit. You know, the brain transfer of brain? The telepathy thing? Is that not right, Ronald? If not, I'll Google it real quick. Henry says he likes to travel at night. I got to plug my phone. No. All right, well, give me a second, Ronald. Give me a second, and I'll Google it. I thought it was the... where'd you go? There. Hang on, Ronald. You're going to educate me tonight. Let me get there. You're going to call me out, and I got to Google it. All right, let's see. It's a noun. Boiled rice? Is that what that is? Boiled rice? Boiled rice, Ronald. I thought you meant like Lorelei and I had the brain thing going on. It's boiled rice. Psychic eggs, let's see. No. Psychic. This is Thor starved to death. There you go. Psychonetics, telepathy. Yeah, isn't that like, oh, that was Karnak. Like Johnny, isn't that Johnny Carson? Remember the whole thing? We've been answered the God of Thunder. All right, I don't know. Just rice, Professor says. Well, I'm sorry, Ronald, you're wrong. Webster Dictionary, and I can show it to you. Read it, young man. Boiled rice. Boiled rice. But yes, we're trying to raise funds for our Rice for Life Fund for the Philippines by raffling off some $20 items and a $200 item. So, well, there you go, Ronald. Tagalog, yep. Kiss. That's what it. The God of Thunder is from Kiss. Yes. The song Daisy. Hey, don't kick me. My dogs think they can abuse me by kicking me. So, but yeah, we're excited about it, about doing that. You know, we're excited. I think we can raise 3 big bags of rice. We already got one covered. So all we're doing is trying to raise about $100. And so anything that goes to the PayPal account, anything that we get in memberships, anything, we're going to use every bit of that. But if anybody wanted to give money for rice, the best thing to do is go to PayPal so YouTube doesn't take 20%. Sorry, 30%. Doesn't matter who knows. Yes. Songs of music. Songs, as long as they're not depression songs, they're good, right? So, what happened to MJ? Did MJ vacate the building already? And Pat said I miss Pat. Sorry, did I say you were on medicine too, brother? See, I knew Pat was. I knew most of us old people, we drift to the medical side. You know, it's what we become. I'm here, all right. I was just checking on you, making sure. So, but it's all good. And I know I missed, it went by too fast earlier. I missed somebody that gave me a wavy hand. There. Oh, Margie TV was back saying hi. Margie, I didn't mean to disregard you. I didn't mean to. I am here, yep. So, you know, there you go. Ronald, how are things in the Philippines? What's going on in the Philippines? MJ? Okay, so MJ and Ronald, I want to hear a report from the Philippines. Pat, I want to know how things are going with the woman. How are things progressing? So you guys all got homework, you know, you got to share. You got to share with the class. I will say that we're getting more and more people excited about the Christmas party this weekend. I'm really looking forward to it being over. There's going to be some surprises happening at this party. Woo! We're going to be styling and profiling. All good, great weather. Got me a girl in the waiting room. There you go. Hey, our good friend Alexandria is in the house. How are you tonight? Well, how are you? Thank you for coming in and being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Man, we got a good crowd. Everybody say hello to our friend Alexandria. Say hello to her, please. I'm still warm. All right, warm and kicking. So are you behaving? Ross, was that rum and Coke? No, sir, it was not. It was just Pepsi. I'm saving the rum for the party because I want everybody to be rummies when they come to the parties. So, Professor saying hello to you, doing good, deep cleaned my whole house today. Outstanding. Man, that's impressive. Diana says hello to you. Craig says hello. Alexandria says hello to everybody. Pat says, I'll be right back. I got to go get the rum and Coke. Okay, Pat. I said, oh, yeah, you guys drink Pepsi down there. Well, what else? We do have some Coke. Lorelei is a Coke drinker, and once this party's over with, I go back off of Pepsi. I've been off of it for a while. Once the party's over Saturday, no more Pepsi for me. So that's my pledge to myself. You don't have Pepsi in Canada? HTN says, hello, Alexandria. Let's do the Philippines. Hi. Ross, you can tell I'm Canadian. Yes. You remind us of Dennis. Don't forget a thumbs up from the beautiful wife. Tim, for some reason, I'm not really getting into Christmas this year. Why do you think that is, Tim? I don't, look, to be honest, if I wasn't married to Lorelei, I wouldn't be into Christmas either, So, but I'm just curious why. I wonder why. Has there anything that has gone on that's kind of made you go, eh? No one drinks Pepsi up here? Well, okay, Ross, then understand this. We are not going to let Canada become a 51st state. We're not going to do it. If you people can't even drink Pepsi up there, you're not going to be one of us. Pat says, I'll be right back. Getting into cooking a lot more. Nice. Yeah, Alexandria, I'm not going to pick on you too much, but I'm going to tell you, using a crock pot, come on. That's not cooking. That's throwing stuff in a thingy and turning it on. Come on, Alexandria. You can do better than that. So, but they are easy to do. But it's good. Cooking at home is really important, I think. But I want you to challenge yourself because, crockpot cooking is something that single men do because we're lazy, or, when we're single, we're lazy. Dennis is busy on his pretty arm candy. He is. He was here earlier. Dennis came by earlier. Craig says, leap year. Ross, yes, liking it. Professors, it's not most grown-ass men thing. What, crock pots or Christmas? Christmas. The only Christmas thing I'm doing this year is coming to the PAX Christmas party. Woohoo! Where you guys are going to see a tabletop dance by me. It's what we're going to be doing for fundraising. I know, Ronald. I know it's easy on a budget right now with Chris. I know we're all on a freaking budget. Trust me. My wife's 10-year wedding anniversary is coming. She can't wait to show it off when it gets here. So it's on its way. I told her it's going to have to go for Christmas and our 10-year anniversary. So, it's going to have to do double duty. But that's all right. Living on a budget's not a bad thing. In Canada, you have to make sure you get caffeinated Mountain Dew. Bring some cash for tickets. Well, Diana already said the other day that she was going to give you a couple of dollars to go towards the rice. So this time she can buy the raffle ticket. What is the steamer thing in the background? Oh, that's a humidifier. It's the heater's on, so it dries our house out. And I like to keep my humidity levels above 50% in the house. And we're in the 30s and the 40s during the winter when the heater's on. So I keep one running all the time because I dry out and I don't like it. Sports model. We all want sports models. Mountain Dew, do the do. Man, I can't handle Mountain Dew. I used to drink Mountain Dew like water, but to me it's too acidy. It's like burns you. More girly, Craig. Yeah, sports model, no. Definitely not a car, but I could buy a car with it. I could probably trade it in for a couple of cars. But it's definitely more girly. The present's more girly. Professors, I don't think they make, well, I know, right? I've never heard of decaffeinated Mountain Dew because isn't that the whole concept of Mountain Dew? Yeah, and they're really cheap. This one only holds a gallon of water. I wish I could find one that held like 20 gallons of water. But yes, they're really good if your house gets dry. And I don't like it. I drink a little Mountain Dew, not much of it. Ross, so you guys are going to Timmy Hortons down? Now, why would we go to Timmy's house? Timmy doesn't even like us. We never get an invite from Tim. I went to school with that little punk-ass kid, and he still doesn't invite me over, just because I beat him up in the 3rd grade. So I actually went to school with named Tim Horton, and he wound up becoming a football coach, a little snot. But he's never invited me to his house. Talking about the gift. Yes, Lorelai's talking about her gift is more girly. Wow, shiny, very shiny. Craig, I'm going to have to come live with you, Professor Tim says they do have caffeine-free Mountain Dew where my sister lives. Really? I mean, that's surprising me because I thought Mountain Dew was kind of that whole concept of being drugs and sugar. Oh, Tim's the coffee franchise. No, we don't have any of those down here. We don't have those this far south in America. Alexandria says, thank you all for your advice and support you've given me. We're happy to do it, whether you like it or not. I think everybody needs someone like you in their lives. Well, thank you, Alexandria. I appreciate that. You're the third person today on this live stream that has given me kind words. So I appreciate that because I don't get a lot of kind words from YouTube people. So thank you for that. And Craig says, I want one of those shiny things too. Well, your wife would probably want this one. Smart, Craig, yeah. You're going to have to get a second job, Craig. But Alexandria, we're happy to give advice. Try to, Lorelai and I both, who's, my wife, as you know, we are happy to share what we know, what we feel, and to try to help people with resources that might help them. Ross says, now we have nothing. Well, you are in Canada, The Canadians really deserve anything? I mean, you're like our ugly stepbrother. I had to hop up here and take my dog out to potty. So nice talking to you. Alexandria, we appreciate you. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully you can join us on the live stream this Saturday at 5. It's going to last all night long, but we're having a live stream for the big Christmas party we're having. So it should be a lot of fun for people to view. Craig says, bye to you. See you a little bit later, my friend. So yeah, we don't take the dogs out to potty. We put a doggy door in the house. Even if I got to cut a giant hole in the wall, I'm too lazy to take my dogs out for a walk. Alexandria, we appreciate you once again. We do. Stay safe. Remember, we're always here. If you need anything, we're always here for you. So Lorelai, are you still there? Are you getting excited about your party Saturday? We got some surprises that's going to go on. I'm going to put on we got a concert. I'm going to get up and sing on the table and take my clothes off while I do it. And so we're going to try to raise some stripper money is what we're going to do. So Diana says, goodbye to you. Too much work? All right, good. Ugly stepbrother. I thought I heard something like that. Well, we kind of think of Canada. Americans think Canada is kind of like our ugly stepbrother. Yeah, Lorelai has to go to this little kids party, church party thing that she's doing, and then she'll come here. But our party starts at 5, so anybody can come at 5. We'll be here. And it will pick up over time. The food will start rolling in, the music will start, the games will happen, and we will get extremely, we're going to have some fun. We got some surprises in store. There is no Santa Claus coming, but if somebody gives me enough money, you just never know what you might get to see. Just saying. You going to be Santa? No, I'm not. I don't do the Santa thing. I'll tell you a funny thing is I got a brother, half-brother, in Texas who's a professional Santa Claus, is what he does. He's retired. And I've tried to get Lorelai, I've tried to talk Lorelai into that. Let me become a professional, real-looking Santa, and we could probably make a couple $1,000 every winter. But no, you know how Filipinos are about facial hair. So, no, you look so old and scraggly. Well, Santa Claus is old and scraggly, You just slap a fancy suit on his butt, and now he's Santa. If he took his red suit off, he's just some old fat guy. But no, not going to be Santa. Time for me to go to the gym, Tim says. Well, that will give you some endorphins today, Tim. So enjoy your workout. We appreciate you coming to the live stream, and I'm very happy that you knew the sizes of doors, especially seeing that you sold them for 3 years. Already have faith. I know, but you got to let it grow to be wavy and long, right? And mine would do that. My hair and everything would do the whole Santa thing. So it really would. The ghostly mist behind me, which is funny coming from Diana, who likes ghosts. Everybody else just wanted to know what the smoke was. Diana says, what's the ghostly behind you? It's just water mist from a humidifier. My house is too dry with the heater running. The humidity level drops around 35 to 40% in the house with the heater on, and I don't like that. I like keeping my humidity level above 50, and you need to keep it below 65. So the sweet spot is 50 to 55% humidity in your house, in your environment, and that's what I'm trying to do. Right now we are at, see, it's really low, 44%, and that's too low. So I have that running. I have one in the bedroom when I sleep too, and when the heater kicks, I actually have a system in place where I have a fan that's angled up towards the heater vent. And I have my humidifier positioned where the mist comes and falls into the fan, and the fan blows it into the hot air that comes out. And that helps to put moisture in the heat that's coming into the house and disperse it. So, Craig says goodbye to you, Tim. Craig says, sweet spot. It is. And look, and I know you guys probably didn't know this, but I'm an old and indoor air quality expert. One of my expertise that I made a lot of money on was being indoor air quality. So I did indoor air quality testing well over 2,000 or 3,000 times. Mold remediation, asbestos, you name it, been there. Meth labs. So I've come in the aftermath of meth labs. So I've done a lot of environmental stuff. So I think my dog is having a dream. I hope she's dreaming well. So no farting inside, that's right. No toxic gases. I believe that houses have to breathe. They need to breathe. You don't want a house so tight that they don't breathe. Very important. But your humidity level is very important. Never, 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 ever keep your humidity level in your house above 65%. Never. You're going to regret it if you do. I watched a lot of ghostly stuff today. I was wondering because, you're the only one that said the ghostly stuff. Brother David, have you seen Uncle Jesse's YouTube channel? Uncle Jesse? I don't think so. Uncle Jesse's YouTube channel? I don't think so. What's it about? Refresh my brain of what it's about. I know it's probably about an uncle and a guy named Jesse, right? No, I haven't. Is he famous like me? Oh, yeah, the guy that, I'll have to check it out. Look, he has 500,000 subscribers. So I think he's a little bit better off than I am, right? He has 505,000 subscribers. All right, well, he's big time. He's the next Mr. Beast, huh? You know it's popular when you type it in and it pops up right away. So you know he's a big dog. Maybe he'll be my friend. He'll be my friend. What will, Henry? The humidifier won't set off the fire alarm. The smoke machine sets off the smoke detectors, but a humidifier will not do it. They will not do it. I've actually did studies of that in my laboratory. So a humidifier will not set off smoke detectors. Even if you stick it up to it, it's not going to do it. The mist doesn't blank the plane, the little light plane, and it doesn't melt the capsule. Okay, everybody, Ross says, I got to go now. I got a lot of digging around to do, pun intended. I knew you were going there. Good luck with the job search, and keep it up, and find a cute girl to date in Canada. Are there any cute girls in Canada? Maybe that would help you. Find a girl that can help you get a job. I don't know. Pat says, he lives in the Philippines, does his channel. Doesn't know how much on it. He lives in the Philippines. He lives in the Philippines. Does his channel? Don't know how. I don't know. Does we may have the wrong Uncle Jesse. Uh, Here. Is that him? I mean, he's Uncle Jesse, and he's got 500,000 subscribers. He doesn't look like he lives in the Philippines. I got my girlfriend. Nice. Yes, you do. It will set off the fire. I don't know which one you mean. Humidity won't set the fire alarm off. I know this. Ross, absolutely, Craig. Thanks for the advice. What kind of advice did Craig give you? Did Craig give a good advice about something? I can't believe that. Plus, warped my door too. I am talking about the humidifier. Yeah, well, yes, it will warp your door if you have too much humidity. Absolutely, along with your wood, it makes things swell, is what it does. Ross is laughing at us because, we're silly. Don't know much about the guy. Well, he just doesn't look like he lives in the Philippines. It looks like he's like that Mr. Beast guy. Let's do the Philippines. I've seen Uncle Jesse pop up in my feed recently. He has 500,000 subscribers, so he's kicking all of our asses to the curb. Ross says, I'm not coming back until I get some good news. Well, Ross, be that way. You can always come back on Saturday night during the live stream and peek in and watch people having a good time while you're sitting up in Canada freezing yourself to death. We'll be here warm and toasty, having fun. There's an older guy, wrong guy, I think. Yeah, the Uncle Jesse I found looks to be about my age, physically fit, and he does a whole lot of 3D printing. His old thing is making really cool things out of 3D printers and playing games and doing goofy stuff. Probably the wrong guy, and I typed in Uncle Jesse's channel. Is Jesse with a Y or an I? But there's an Uncle Jesse that comes up, but he's a white guy, about my age, brown hair, black hair with a gray beard, has 500,000 subscribers. So, Bama says, got breakfast fix for supper. Time to eat. What are you having? I want biscuit and gravy. Can anybody give me biscuit and gravy? Sausage, biscuit, and gravy? I really need sausage and biscuit and gravy. Good homemade country sausage and biscuit and gravy. First time I've ever seen one do that. Yeah, it must have been something else because it just doesn't make sense. Craig says, try Uncle Jesse's Philippines adventure. Ah. Okay. Oh, all right. Different one. Okay. Craig, that works. That's wild. Not for sure, Pat. I found him, yes. What's he doing? Sleeping with a 12-year-old? Is he a bad guy? I was attacked in the Philippines by Zia's aunt and uncle. He's got bacon, eggs, and biscuit with a side of, oh, that's a good one too. No, I think that's it. That's him, right? If you guys can see the thingy. Might come back on Saturday. I have to go visit with my dad this weekend. Good. You should. Pat, have you seen a lot of his stuff? He's got 3,000 followers or subscribers. I haven't ever seen him or watched his stuff. So, Bama, we appreciate you coming back, my friend. We do. And we hope and can hope that your path continues to get better and brighter. I know it's hard, but you're doing the right things, so just keep doing the right things. Bye for now. I will rest the rest of your week. Okay, thank you. Man, I just put my elbow down and got paint on my sweater. Man, you and paint, Diana. Why don't you just give up and paint yourself? That's him? Okay. So, Pat, have you watched it? Is he a good channel or a bad channel? Crystal Lynn Dawn by Day Chef is in the house. Hello, how are you? Thank you for coming back to the channel. Thank you for the thumbs up tonight. We appreciate you. And look, if anybody has a link they want to drop through their channel, remember, if you're blue, just drop your link, okay? I'll watch some of it, but I will, just because I'm a little curious. But I gotta admit, I'm gonna tell you right off bat, his channel seems a little creepy to me. Seems a little, I don't know, kind of creepy. So I hope he's not one of the child creepers, you know. I've seen a little of his channel. Hi, Diana from Crystal. Crystal's in the house. We do thank you for coming back. She has a YouTube channel. Not much, Brother David. Yeah. So I don't want to paint myself. Well, you keep doing it. You painted your hand the other day, so you must, you know. I'm sure someone will help you, Diana. That's right. Let's do the Philippines. Okay, Craig agrees with me. All right. Because I've never watched any of it, but just looking at his stuff, not good. I mean, like I said, it looks like he's married or, I don't know, Craig. No, I would avoid his channel, to be honest. I don't know his channel well enough to say that, I guess, but my opinion on first looks of his channel is he likes little girls. And I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. But that's all right. You know, to each his own until the Philippine government comes and arrests you for doing bad things to the citizens of the Philippines, right? But let me see. Did I ask Crystal Lynn how she's doing today? Did I do that? We hope, Crystal Lynn. My channel is based off of trauma life experiences. Please don't take offense, but similar names on my channel. All right. I would never take offense. You can use my name all you like. I give you permission. You know, you can talk about, you know. I tell people all the time, as long as you give my channel credit, you can use clips out of my videos and my beautiful face. Because I know a lot of people's drawn to this channel just to see me, not my beautiful wife. I get it. I understand. But Crystal, talking about trauma and serious things is a very good thing. I know it's hard. It's difficult for a lot of people. I try to make humor out of some of it. But I myself has been through living hell. My wife has been through some. So I know Craig and Henry and Diana and everybody in here. I know I'm missing people, but everybody that's been in here, has gone through it. So I think it's good to have channels like yours where they talk about things. All right, Pat says, yep, you're right, Brother David. It seems a little creepy. Yeah, that's just my first thingy. Thank you, but you don't remind me of anyone in my past or present. But you never know. But you never know. Come on. You know, you could fudge it a little. You know, you can You can fudge it a little bit. The good news is most people don't know who we're talking about when we refer to things. I'm really bad about when I talk about things, Crystal, that I let too much information slip out when I'm discussing things. I'm really bad about it. I give a little bit too much that makes people go, yeah. Craig is right. It's like Craig's like, well, you never know. Maybe in the future. You may be traumatized after you get done with our YouTube channel. You never know. I know I am. There's times I get off of here going, what? I don't know what happened. The other day I thought I was having a heart issue on the live stream and had to get off here really early. I was afraid I was going to traumatize people watching me go boom and collapse on the live stream. So, or I didn't want to be embarrassed by passing out on the live stream. So I had to get off the live stream so I could go pass out, So, but it's all good. It's all good. If we can't learn from things that we've been through and what others have been through, and then try to put a positive or a smile or kind of enjoy it a little bit, then what else can we do? That way it would get, well, but Craig, here's the problem. Here's the problem. If I passed out on live stream, they would just assume that I was like the other YouTubers who get drunk and pass out on the live streams. I'd be here like this, and they would all go, oh, he passed out. He's just like some of those others, that do it. Nobody would call 911 or anything because we have too many YouTubers who get drunk and pass out. So, right, Craig? Am I right or am I wrong? About that one. People would just go, oh, he's drunk. Be foaming at the mouth. So, because we've all turned on live streams and seen those people passed out on their live streams. And then you got all the people that do live streams where they just sleep. I don't get that. Where they're just laying in their bed sleeping. Or the ones that are having you look at a flower pot with flowers in it and the live stream is there. I don't get those either, but whatever. So, oh my God. We're going to be traumatized this weekend due to this party. Trust me. Diana's going to be lucky to get out of here alive. Except for we know you don't drink. Well, that's true. That's true. They would just assume. That's kind of my thing. They would assume, oh yeah, I probably passed out drunk, Because we know a lot of tubers who have a drink problem. And we all like to drink, so there's nothing wrong with drinking. But we have a lot of tubers, well, because the numbers are in the favor of going, he's probably drunk and passed out. Because they're so, oh, you're talking about the party. Well, because you're going to have so much fun, it's going to be unbelievable. I mean, there should be a lot of silly stuff, a lot of good stuff, a lot of dancing and singing. You're just going to be lucky, if you survive the night. You're going to be like, whew. No, I watched some of that today about the drones flying over in the East Coast. And the FBI apparently did a thing where they said, yeah. So apparently Homeland Security doesn't know, the FBI doesn't know, whether it's locals, whether it's another government coming from a ship. Oh, did I say not get out alive? Oh, well, take it as, tongue in cheek. Not alive, but, parties can get a little wild. So don't take it so seriously. But you'll have a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I'm lucky to get out of these parties alive. There are. And as the host, sometimes I'm up until 3 and 4 a.m. just going, all I want to do is go to bed. And they're still karaokeing. Woo-hoo. Yeah, they probably know what's going on with the drones, but they're not saying anything. And maybe it's a test. Maybe it's a political maneuver. maybe it's a bunch of kids or a company that is doing this, and they're just wanting to get people riled up and scared about it as part of it. What they don't understand is, and what I don't understand, why don't they just shoot them down? Why don't we got so many guns in America? Why don't they just, if I didn't want the drone flying above my house, I would just shoot it down. Oh, well, yeah. I thought it was going to attack me, self-defense, and you shoot the drone down. So, but it is kind of weird. At least they don't think it's aliens or extraterrestrials, Craig. They do believe it is humanoid based. And today also, the FBI don't know anything, but the guy from the FBI put his retirement papers in. So the director of the FBI is retiring, so he's definitely not going to do anything because he has to be out of the office by the end of the year, I guess. So he's not going to do anything at all looking at this. So Trump will probably have to order Elon Musk to figure it out, right? They'll just call Elon. Elon, do you know what's going over on the East Coast? Henry, don't scare Diana. Don't do that. I already scared her enough. Now you know why I'm getting a hotel room, Diana. I can leave and not worry about anything. Well, that's not very nice of you, Henry. You need to reassure Diana. You need to reassure. We're not bad people, not all the time. No, you just trying to make her feel like she's going to have a good time. She will have a lot of fun at our party and get to eat a lot of good food and just have a blast. So, smart man Henry says, let's do the Philippines. Yeah, I agree. But you guys don't scare Diana. Diana's a good person. My wife won't let anything bad happen to you, Diana. I can promise you that. That's right. She'll be sleeping in the driveway in her car, which is pretty safe. We have a very safe neighborhood. We don't have any issues. It's a private neighborhood. You have no worries and no issues. All right? No worries, no issues. We have an extension cord to run to your car. You'll be great. Be great. Henry wants to know why you're doing that. Hotel is much better. I agree. Remember the handle brake? No. I think she's going to sleep in the back of the car. I think she told me that she had more like an SUV. So she's going to sleep in an SUV. So, but she's going to back it up to the house, make herself comfortable. She said that she has a heater. We don't have any bedrooms here, any extra space here in the house. So, but she can back up there, plug in, and she'll be perfectly safe. I promise you that. So, and the good news is we have bathrooms. Is the government, otherwise NORAD would have scrambled fighter jets. I agree with that, Ronald. That's kind of what I think. It's the government, or the government knows which company is doing it. Because I agree with you. I think there should have been a bigger issue made. If it was truly an issue, right, Ronald? I believe what you're saying about the NORAD issue. There would have been a different response. Diana says, I have a mattress and heater. I can go out there when I'm done partying. I can take a good long nap when I'm nice and sober in the morning. Or if I wake up at 3 or 4 a.m. and I'm all good, I can just do whatever I want. So she probably likes having the freedom of it. False flag again? Yeah. I do think they're just trying to get us a little fired up. I think there are companies, government agencies, people that try to just kind of get us worked up a little bit. I think they're trying to deflect, and I don't know from what or who, but it's kind of like making a shit show. You stir things up and you get something done when nobody's looking your direction. Misdirection. I don't want to drive after drinking, especially somewhere I don't know. Exactly. Which is the smart and responsible thing to do. So, I never drink and drive, ever. If I go anywhere, Lorelai knows this, I won't drink with the guys. I won't have a beer. I just don't do it. I don't do it. You know, as much as I would like to have a beer or a mixed drink when I'm at these parties, and I know we don't live far from a lot of these people, but I do not drink and drive. I don't do it. I won't do it. At home, it's a different story. But I will not. I just won't do it. I don't care. Now, you know, when I was at a conference, when I was teaching, and our hotel had a bar and a restaurant, and I didn't have to drive anywhere, different story. But, you know, Henry, did you figure out which hotel? The Super 8 in Lowell is probably your best and closest one to us if you Google it. So, and I think everybody, but it's going to be a good party, guys. So Diana's been doing some road tripping. We had a van that we did that. We had a Chrysler Pacifica that we put a nice mat in, and Lorelai and the dogs would ride in the back of that while I drove. She wants to do that again. Craig Parrish, drive around the backyard at home? Yes. Well, I do have a back gate that you could drive your car in and park it inside the fence, but it's not necessary. Same here, Brother David. Yeah. So what Lorelai would like is, you know, those, you know, like, and it doesn't have to be the Mercedes brand, but what you see a lot is the Mercedes and the Ram vans that are also like campers. That's Lorelai wants us to have one of those. So when we go and take road trips with the dogs, she can just stay in the back with the dogs and sleep, and I can do all the work. So, and we've looked at those, and I wouldn't mind having one, but they're pretty pricey. Diana's right. Plus, that's money I just don't have to spend. I do, but I have been just about everywhere. So, Lorelai would like to have one of those. I think having a luxury SUV works just as well. Something that the seats fold all the way down in, like a Lincoln Navigator, something like that. I think those work just as well. But she likes the camper van from Mercedes or whatever those are. I can't remember what they're called, but they're a bigger van, and they got a little bathroom and a bed and a refrigerator and stuff in them. And it says, right, I will be getting a Super 8. I will be sleeping in my own bed, I hope. You know, I don't drink and drive either. Best piece. It is. I just don't. I don't ever want to go through that. I don't see the need. I don't mind having a good drink. I don't mind mixture. I really don't. But I'm just not going to do it. Craig says it's called expensive. Yes. Yes. Hotel rooms and or the camper van, right? Everything's expensive in America. But yeah, I think the ones that and maybe we have different tastes, but the ones I look at run about $100,000. Slightly used is about $100,000, and that's just way out of the budget. I mean, well, there's, hell, that is so far out of the budget, there is no budget. But I get it, they're cool. You know, I don't know how good they're on gas, but they're pretty cool. They got everything you can need. And that's what she wants, because, you know. And then we just drive it from our house to an Airbnb, you know, so. Same here, brother, yeah. So, I don't know. I like the thought of having a very luxurious, medium-sized SUV that everything lays down and has wonderful seats where you can just sit in and just and take a snooze and lay out, kind of stretch out. I like those better. And they're only, the ones I've been looking at is about 30, 35,000 with about 30, 35,000 miles, slightly used. That's good. We need it to implode because I need to buy me something else next year, you know. We need the auto market to tank. Except for our good friend Ken Unger. We need whatever he sells, Hondas, not to tank. But, you know, my truck is just fine for me. I don't have any problems with it. So I don't need to buy anything. I'd rather save the money and move to southern Alabama, buy a second house or a rental house or something else versus having a bunch of cars. Cars don't do anything but depreciate. So, you know, we'll have to see how next year it goes, but that's the plan. So I saw that. I saw that in America, and I think in Europe, Nissan has been closing dealerships. Nissan sales are way down for whatever reason. And what I was looking at and seeing on one of the business channels was that they're struggling. They're having problems. So they're looking to merge and or, kind of have Honda buy them. So I think that's where that's going. Not all cars, yes. Ford Escapes are good cars. Yeah. Diana has a Ford Escape. That means she can escape in her Ford. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Honda and Nissan merge and then they just kind of swallow the Nissan brand or use it as a subline or something like that. Because does Nissan produce any cars that are... Does anybody own a Nissan? I don't own one. My neighbor has one, I guess. He has two. They have two. But I don't know anybody that owns a Nissan. That personally, I haven't ridden in a Nissan in years. But I saw in the news that they're in declining sales and they're closing dealerships throughout the nation. Something like 20 or 30 dealerships next year in the year 2025 are targeted to close. Which is the opposite here. Nissans are expensive. Yugos. You remember those Yugos? I've ridden in those, and I've ridden and driven a Yugo. Does anybody know what a Yugo is? You guys remember those? If you remember those, then you really are old. But I've driven one and ridden in one. But around here in my part of the country, they're building a Kia dealership that looks like it's a freaking Bentley dealership. It has totally different vibe. It looks like a high-end Bentley dealership, but it's Kia. Toyota makes good cars and trucks. Let's do the Philippines says. Yes. I've been in one. I've been in one too in the 80s. Yeah, late 80s. Good evening. Sanders, how's the walking of the dogs? Sanders does a live stream you guys should check out from time to time where he's out in the evenings taking his doogies for a walk. My dogs, they wouldn't walk that far. Mine would give up and say, you better carry me home. Hello, Sanders from Diana. I stick with the American vehicles, Henry says. Pat says, I've heard of those. The Yugos, they're Russian, if I remember right, or Soviet Union. I remember the Yugos. Just got off work. Oh, just got off work? All right. Well, I'm glad you made it home safely. Professor, it's true. Let's do the Philippines, but they have priced themselves out of the working man's budget. Amen to that, Ronald. HN says, hello, Sanders. Stay out for overtime. Good, stay for overtime. Excellent. Excellent. Lorelei got some overtime last week, and boy, it bumped up her check. So they had some computer issues that caused her to work over. So I'm like, man, if you could work 2 or 3 hours over every week, man, we could, have some good money. Not home yet, but you're on your way home. Let's do the Philippines. Says hello to you, Sanders. So yes, I recommend Yugos. Oh, God. Oh my God. They Yugoslavian. Yeah, is that what they were? Yeah. Remember they were from the man, they were peace. Man, those were a trip. I wonder who imported those. Does anybody remember which dealership you could buy one at? Because I never knew that. I never knew who sold them on their lots. That's one thing. It's kind of like the Fiats And the other ones, I think Chrysler is selling Fiats now. Chrysler Fiat is doing that. So, but it is interesting. I will say, I'm really impressed with Lorelei Subaru. Gotta admit, and you guys all saw the video of me fixing that, changing that battery in the key fob. It took me 15 seconds, man. I had that key fob battery in and out of there in blink of an eye. Sanders, the Yugo. Yeah, do you remember who sold the Yugo? I mean, was it like a Chevy dealership or a Chrysler dealership, or I don't remember who sold them. Diana's laughing. So I'm not lying, Diana. If I'm lying, I'm dying. I'm telling you. What's my dog doing? And the Yugo were cool. Let me see if I can find a picture of a Yugo to show you. I'm going to find a picture for all of you. I wonder if they got any of them for sale in America. There they are. Ready? That's the Yugo. Remember those? It was $39.90. Yeah, don't jinx yourselves. One of my friends had one. Sanders says, I did too. I mean, I had a buddy. I was friends with a hippie who smoked a lot of dope, but he taught at the college. And this is back when I was a student. He was one of my teachers, but he's just a pothead. But I knew his, I don't know, son or daughter, I don't know. And they all got so wasted at a party we were at, the mom and the dad and the kids, they all got so freaking wasted out of their minds on mushrooms. And I drove them home in their Yugo. So what did Montenegro say when it broke away from Yugoslavia? It's not you, it's me. Yugo American from 85 to 92. Yeah, and this would have been 87 or 88. 1987 or 88 when I've driven one. I drove it more than once. But I wonder I guess my point was, who sells them? Where could you buy one at? That's what I want to know. Who sold Yugos? They call it the rise and the fall of the worst cars. I still think it looks a lot like a Volkswagen. It does. And it also reminds me of the Chrysler. Chrysler had one that looked a whole lot like it also. Yep. Yugo American sold them and had their own franchise. Okay. Is that what it was? Did you ever drive that flat nose van? Yes. Yes, I did. One thing that I'm not into electric cars, not really into them. But if I had the money, you know what electric car I would buy? And you guys take a guess. The electric vehicle that's out on the market today, of all the electric vehicles, which one do you think I would buy? You guys will be shocked by the one I'm going to tell you. And I'll start off by saying it's not a Tesla. Not that they're bad cars, because I own stock in their companies. I think they're great. But there's an electric vehicle out there that I would love to own. Can you figure out what that one is? But those flat nose trucks and vans were a trip. You know, when you're, it's like the flat nose semi trucks, which I found out the other day why we don't have those in America anymore. I am going to lose signal for a few minutes. Be right back. Okay. Oh, no. Of course, I want a Lincoln, but no, I don't want the electric one of those. That's a car I just want. I want the Lincoln SUV, but I want a gas powered. I may do a hybrid, but I want a gas powered one of those. There's an electric Batmobile. No. It's out. It finally came out this year. They've been talking about it a couple of years, and they finally started selling it. It's on sale right now. I am excited. I wish I could go and get one. The Hyundai Ioniq, no, but those are cool cars. I'll give you that. But no. I mean, this thing is so cool. You guys need to Google it, and you'll see this, pretty freaking cool electric vehicle. So, and I don't know how much they cost. I just know they're out of my price range because, just the way it is. The Volkswagen van. The van is back, and it's electric. Have you guys seen it? It's one of the coolest electric vehicles on the market. The Volkswagen, let me see if I can find you a picture of it. It's the coolest freaking thing on the market. The VW van. All electric. It's called it's new for the year 2025. Some dealerships have it. It's the electric Volkswagen bus. I mean, it is bad to the bone. Look at that thing. And you're going to have to Google it and watch videos to see all the tricked out crap it does. It has more tricks than a musician. Look at that. It is one of the coolest vehicles out there. I mean, God dang it. Do what I say. Let's see if we can pull it up. I mean, I'm going to see how much it is. I want to find out how much it is. Because I want to buy one. We're going to build it. Oh, shit. $60,000 at its base? Holy crap and butt farts. I ain't buying one of those. Holy shit. They want $70,000? Never mind. Forget it. Pat likes that? Yeah. It has dual motor wheel drive, 2-row captain seats, first edition 20-inch wheels, the fixed glass, two-tone paint, premium sound, area of overview cameras, hands-free this, all of this crap. My God. We're going to select it anyway. We're going to build it. We're going to build it. I'm going to build it for you right here. And maybe I'll get lucky when I win the lottery because I bought a lottery ticket. Well, hell, now it just went up $2,000. Now it's $71,545, and I haven't even done anything. Let's pick our color. It's not giving us a color yet. What color should we pick? More shit to break down. I know. You guys like blue, green, silver, or yeller? I'm going to go with the silver. It's two-tone, by the way. We will get it with everything, okay? I guess I don't get to pick my color for my interior. So I get dune or white interior. Man, it's a cool van though, guys. When I win the lottery, I'm going to buy you all one of these. I am. And what I like to do is we're going to put all the accessories. Okay, we're going to put every accessory. You like pink? Yes. It doesn't give you pink as an option. Maybe we can do a wrap for yours, Craig. And they got a hell of a lot of options. And they're just nickel and diming me to death. Man, this thing's gonna, somebody better win the lottery to buy this van. Cheaper to build a camper on the, oh yeah, that's true. You know. But, well, and this isn't a camper van. This is just a Volkswagen van like they did in the 60s. That's electric. So it has 335 horsepower, basically, is what the equivalent of the electric motors are. Anything else we can add to this stupid thing? No. So I'm up to $77,000. What do you guys think? You think that's worth $77,000? It almost looks like some of those vans in the Philippines, like those Toyota custom. Have you guys seen the Toyota custom vans that look like campers inside or houses that are all tricked out? Those are really, really cool. I chose the gray because the blue looked kind of girly. You know what I mean, Henry? It looked a little bit more like flowers. $76,677, not including dealer shipping and prep, blah, 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 blah. But if you ever watch a lot of the Asian YouTube channels, there's a lot of these vans that Toyota does in the Asian countries that are amazing inside. I mean, wow. If you could get those if they could sell those in America, they would probably have something very special because they are really, I mean, you guys got to go look at those. They are tricked out, decked out, and beautiful. Now, granted, on the videos, it doesn't hurt the fact that they have gorgeous little Asian girls in very little clothing going, you know, so that never hurts Ronald. But those are really nice, really, really nice. At $77,000, I'll pass. I changed my mind. I don't want that anymore because it's $77,000. If it was like $35,000, I would buy it. That'd be okay. But $77 is too much. But Google those or YouTube those. I mean, these vans are very, very, very impressive. Yeah, they're $100,000 extra than women. Yeah, how much for the women? But you guys got to watch these videos about these vans in Asia. They kick the living shit out of anything America's building. I mean, they are technology. And look, it's like, wow, Toyota builds something like this? You know, it's amazing. I can't remember what they're called, and we saw a few in the Philippines, but the new ones, I'm telling you, if you could import one of those to America, man, you'd have something pretty cool. Pretty cool. I can't remember if they're right or left-handed drive, to be honest. But how much for the women, Craig? How much for the women? How much for the women? All right, my friends, it's a little bit after 8:30. So why don't we start winding this puppy down for tonight? We'll get back on here tomorrow, which is Thursday. our regular scheduled evening live stream we're going to be doing Thursday night. Remember, Saturday, starting at 5, but it's going to go out throughout the night. So you're welcome to come in and say hi and leave us and come back and say hi, leave us and come back and say hi. We're going to try to live stream the Christmas party, just like we did the Halloween party. So, but Craig, we appreciate you. And there's going to be some surprises. I'm excited for Lorelei. She's going to have some fun. Lorelei is going to have some of the best time of her life. And I know everybody else will, but she's really going to have a good time. And I'm happy for her to get to enjoy, that. So, but Craig, we appreciate you. Henry, we appreciate you. Pat, we appreciate you very much. Ronald, appreciate you as always. Sanders, my friend, be careful walking the dogs tonight. It is Texas, by the way. You got chupacabras running around. So let's do the Philippines. Appreciate you coming in tonight. Alexandria, who's not here, but we appreciate her. And, of course, our friend Ross from Canada. Dennis was here earlier. We're also going to give away some memberships Saturday night. So that's something else we're going to do, Pat. We're going to give away memberships. We don't know who they're going to, but we are going to give away some memberships and all of that good stuff. Hopefully we'll raise enough money in the next month to get 2 more big bags of rice so that we can, give everybody at least 5 pounds. Our goal is to give 5 pounds of rice to those 35 different families is what we're trying to do. So, but thank you all for the thumbs up, and we appreciate you. If you guys need anything, just let me know. Bama was here. He's eating his eggs, but we appreciate you too, Bama. It was good to see you come back in. I know you've been struggling for a while with family issues, so we appreciate your effort. All righty, my friends. Everybody take care. If I miss you, Diana, and say I almost missed Diana. We appreciate you for being here, and my dogs are looking at me like going, oh, you're getting off the live stream? That's great. Don't you usually give us a tea when you get off of the live stream? I know what you're doing. So we are now paying attention to you because you're going to get off and give us one of those things. Diana says, good night to everybody. Good night to Henry. Take care, Henry. All right, Henry, we'll chat with everybody a little bit later. And be safe, guys.